Mushoku Tensei is one of the premier isekais airing right now, and one of the biggest appeals of the show is that it has amazing characters in it. So today I thought that myself and Ayvhel would, rank all of the damn Mushoku Tensei characters. So without, stretching out the intro too long, here's the Ro's official Mushoku Tensei character tier list. So let's jump right into it. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello there guys, I'm Ayvhel. A lot of you already know me from this channel, so...
Yeah. So, okay, let's just jump right into it. So first up we have Rudeus, man. Where would you rank Rudeus?
I need to ask you a question first. Are we going likability, or are we going how well written or how good of a character we think they are?
Let's just go a bit of both, a bit of both. Because a lot of characters, right? For example, Griffith, right? He's a damn amazing character, but as like a, as like a person, I'm not sure. But, I would still put him in S tier. So let's just go with characters. More so characters.
I think that Rudeus has great development. And he's the protagonist, so he's gonna get a lot more screen time than everyone else to do things. But out of every character, I think he's the one that's gonna leave like a stronger impression on anyone.
I think so.
Both on the good and the bad sides, right?
I think Rudeus is probably, he's one of the best reasons why I love watching Mushoku Tensei, right? Because, stuff through his perspective, it's just a really fun watch in my opinion. He's just an entertaining character. Obviously, he's very much flawed. He does some very creepy stuff and, it's important to call him out on that. But, it's just fun watching him. I would say Rudeus is a solid S tier character.
Oh yeah, completely agree. Completely agree.
Alright, let's just put him in there. And we'll change it around if need be, right?
Yeah, because we're probably going to be rating a lot of characters a bit too high. Then we'll have to make
sure
probably. It's more,
That's the thing with these, really amazing shows, right? It's like a lot of characters are well written, right? So, let's just go to Paul. Paul next. Mr. Rudeus' dad. Absolute scumbag of a human being. Cheats on literally everybody. But he's freaking amazing as well, in my opinion, as a character.
I think he's a great character, especially after the recent moments that we had in the anime.
Amazing. That was so touching, bro. That was so touching. I really like Paul.
When you certain characters, you expect them to do the right thing, so when they do the right thing, you're just like, yeah, he did the right thing. But certain characters have left such a negative impression on you from certain things, like not even like their whole character, because overall he tries to be a good father and all that, but there are aspects in which he's terrible, right? He's definitely a terrible asshole of a husband. Depends. If you get some context from a light novel, it's not that one-sided, but still, he did something he shouldn't have. But when those types of characters get to have a moment where they just do the right thing, like his moment with Rudeus, I think that leaves such a strong impact, and he's definitely a great character. I don't think I would put him to this on par with Rudeus, so maybe A tier.
No, I think Rudeus is better. Yeah, I think A tier is probably the best for Paul. It's just like the thing, right? When, a character is humanized, right? To the most, even when he was a dick, he was humanized. But the thing is, right?
He was a human dick.
Yeah, practically. Yeah, that makes sense in a lot of ways in the story. But
I was holding back.
But yeah, for sure. And I really like Paul. He's just such a fascinating character.
I just don't like his name for some reason. I'm sorry if there's any Pauls out there.
Bro, I love all my Paul homies, You're my friends. Don't go to his channel, go to mine. Alright. Next we have Zenith. Best girl?
Yes and no. Visually she's by far best girl for me. But there's some things again. I don't know, you haven't read the light novel yet, right?
No, I'm an anime only.
Yeah, so let's say she is best girl.
As of now, she is best girl.
Yeah.
As a character, I don't think she comes even close to probably Paul and Rui.
I would say C or B for her. Either or. This thing, I really like her character, but we just haven't seen enough of her. There's been a way bigger focus on so many other characters. I don't think we've seen enough of her to rate her higher, even though I really like her as a character.
Yeah, I really like, actually no, that's more about Rudeus. I was just gonna say of her sort of forgiving Paul for cheating and stuff, but that's sort of Rudeus is doing in the background. But Yeah,
think,
I'll just put her at
I think it
B
shows great
right
character in a way when she because like not only it's not just a question of her forgiving Paul, because I wouldn't say she ever truly forgives him. You know, she learns to deal with it, but I think she handled it with a lot of maturity when it came to the maid, in terms of not, you know, throwing her out the house in the winter, which was maybe something you could expect her to do. I think she's a great character,
and she's a loving mother too. She's a loving mother.
Yes,
which,
yeah, she definitely loves her kids. Sometimes a bit too much, but
yeah, I mean, overall, like there was not a moment when Zenith was on screen which, you know, I didn't find fun or entertaining.
Yeah, true.
So I mean, for me, it's a completely different reason than you, but like, you know.
So now we move on to Lilia, the I guess you could call her the second babe of Paul.
The maid. Bruh, Paul, man. I mean, I don't have much of a different thought on Lilia.
I would say anime. If it's anime only, I'd put her C tier. If it's anime and light novel, I'd put her like B tier, because she gets her own chapter, and it's a really cool chapter of how she perceives Rudeus when he's like a little kid. You know how the anime just...
I mean, we saw a little bit of that, like, but it's just, you know, it's like sort of like the viewer has to read in between the lines of what, you know, Lilia's
like, for example, she already knew about him doing magic way before the parents found out. And she didn't tell him because she didn't want to trouble anyone, you know, she just stayed on her own lane. And
yeah, I mean, the thing is, I feel like with her, it's like I don't really have an opinion on her. It's not like I don't like her. It's not, and it's not even like, okay, she's an amazing character or something.
Oh yeah,
she's just there, you know, existing.
Yeah, she's a cool character. I mean,
it's fine.
Like, we can't just rate everyone a B because the characters are well written, or everyone like a B and above because they're well written. Because we would rate almost everyone a B or above. So yeah, I think compared to
it's because it's a well-written story.
Yeah, like relative to the story, yeah, I'd say C.
Yeah, I agree with that. But no.
S tier. While you're talking S tier, move on. S tier.
We don't even. I'm gonna put her above Rudeus because, frankly, Roxy, she's such a sweet girl.
Roxy rocks.
Exactly. Couldn't have said it better. And like every moment she has too, right?
Oh yeah.
You know, it's just dude, I want like you know when you're like, you know, you've seen that meme where it's like you son of a gun, you did it, right?
Yeah.
You've seen that meme, right? That's me with Roxy every time she accomplishes or does something where it's like, oh damn it, I was rooting for you, did it.
It just made the episodes a lot better when she was somewhere in the back, when Rudeus was walking around I forgot the name of the port city, and she would just show up in the back just walking for 5 seconds, and I'd be like, episode is better already.
Yeah, Roxy definitely elevated every single episode, and as a character, I think she's really well written too. You know, she has her doubts, she has her moments, she has her, you know,
last episode was great for her, like really, really great for her character when she went to meet her parents. And then
I think
that gives a lot of depth to how she helped Rudeus get out of his shell, because she was in the same situation he was. So I think that was a great moment.
Also the chemistry, right, between Rudeus and Roxy, and
definitely.
Roxy and like the whole Greyrat family, right? It's a very good chemistry, like kind of like us, but like, you know, that's we'll talk about that later.
Damn, you'll make me blush.
Okay, okay, we'll fawn on Roxy more later, hopefully. Next up we have Sylph. Dude, I'm not gonna lie.
Sylphie,
right now, we've seen literally nothing of her apart from the fact that Rudeus thought she was a boy. She's a girl.
Is literally
she wants
just. It's one of those cakes that has nothing in it, but it's really sweet. Yeah, she's cute.
Yeah,
she's a nice person, but I don't know. I want to see more. I want to see more before I talk too much when it comes to the anime, at least.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I just you know, I wish in the anime, I'm not sure if the anime adapted this properly from the light novel, but I would love to see, you know, like more of why Sylph didn't want Rudeus to go away from him, you know, just more into her character, her mental state. And
we've already seen enough. Like, she was being bullied, she had no friends. That was literally the first person to be nice to her. I think that's enough.
Yeah, but I I think I would love a little bit more, you know, a little bit more on Sylph, just more surrounding her character. But that's just me personally, you know. But yeah, I would put her at C tier right now. I think she's
honestly,
you know,
I'd say
she's
B.
fine.
I'd say B tier, but if you want to put C tier, it's fine. No one tends to like the Earth type Pokemon either way.
Jesus. Come on, my first you know, big Pokemon card was a Rhymperior, which is is it a, I'm pretty sure it's a rock and ground type. So
yeah,
you know.
mine was right on.
I'm not gonna say anything.
You know what I would have said.
Yeah.
Now you have Norn.
Okay.
Norn, one of the little
Norn.
sisters of him. I mean,
I really liked her moment in episode 16 and 17.
Yeah,
with,
she had
you know,
like a great
Rudeus.
moment defending her dad. I think it's cool, but I would say that she's C tier because we just haven't seen
Really?
almost anything of her. And I would put
Honestly,
yeah, personally, I think
even
that,
with the little
she
we've
can't be
seen of her,
above,
even the
she can't be above Sylphie for now.
okay, yeah, because I was gonna say even with the little we've seen of her, I really like her character.
I think
because,
Sylphie
like, you know,
should be on B tier probably. I'm making a
I
petition.
would put
to-
Norn. I would put her above Lily, and put Sylph in B tier.
Oh yeah,
Do
yeah,
you
sure.
agree to that?
Sure, we can do that.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this reflects my thoughts a bit more. All right, up next.
Aisha, the
We
other little
have
sister.
Aisha.
I haven't gone far enough in the light novel. I'm still reading what went on for now in the anime, but I hear a lot of people say that she's an amazing character. But
But right now we've just not seen
exactly,
enough of
but
her,
from
right?
what we've seen, we can't really say much.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put her in D tier for now, but this is not because we don't like her. It's just that we've just not seen enough of her, and you know that's completely fine, I think. But now someone who we've seen a lot of, and we've seen in action as well. You know,
Ghislaine, to me,
What
she's
is-
B tier. I don't know what she is to you.
about the same. Yeah,
Okay,
about the
yeah.
same.
I really like her character. I wouldn't say she's one of the best, but she's definitely a great character to have around. Great mentor character, especially for Eris. And I really like what we see of her. Like, I really like how Mushoku develops characters when they're not on screen. Like when we get to see her pass through someone else's eyes. Because it allows us to see.
Also,
yeah.
like her brother and her brother's, you know,
Oh
relationship.
yeah, that's
with
what
her.
I mean. Like when they were talking about her, we really get to see how she grew from that, and I think it's very interesting to see. It's kind of like seeing development in from the end to start. First, you see what her character is, and then you get to see why they became like that, and seeing that she was like very selfish and all of that, but by the end she's willing to always be there to help and protect Rudeus and Ares. I think she's a great character.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, right, in Mushoku Tensei, one of the shining lights about it is that it doesn't do it in some, you know, cheesy flashback, right? It's like, oh, you know, we're meeting this character, let's have a little flashback on them or something like that. As you mentioned, it just naturally, you know, integrates it into the story in a very organic way where we
Slow and
learn through other
natural, yeah.
characters.
That's how I describe
Yeah,
the
one-
development
one-
of Mushoku.
Fellow Mushoku fans, one series which is very popular and does that really well is One Piece, where it's like you learn about the world through other characters. Like, you know, we've had, you know, Roger's story illustrated to us through Oden, through Rayleigh, through Crocus, you know, multiple different characters. Now related something similar to this, where, you know, other characters elaborate on what this one character's story is, which I feel like is amazing.
It wouldn't.
And
be
now
a
we
Raw-
have this-
It wouldn't be a Raw video without you mentioning One Piece, now would it?
No, of course not. I love One Piece.
Pax, bitch ass. I really hate that motherfucker. F tier. You know. All
Yeah.
he was there for was to see.
Harassing.
Yeah, being a little brat.
Bro, every single time I saw this little rat harass Roxy, bro, I wanted to go into the screen and murder him myself. I hated this guy so much. Nobody touches Roxy, bro. Nobody.
Only
She's
herself when
innocent.
she's watching the couple.
Oh no, don't bring that up. Don't bring that up. Don't bring that up. All right. Yeah, but this one is dedicated for Pax motherfuckers, bro.
Yeah, I don't
hate
think
Pax.
anyone else is gonna be that low.
Yeah.
Ares for me
Ares.
is either A or S tier. I think she's probably one of the best tsundere characters we've seen.
Yeah, like I really like her character.
Put her next to Rudeus. Let's put her, and then if we need to lower, we'll lower. But I'm thinking
though, as a character, who do I like more, Eris or Paul? Because I really like Paul's character.
I like both, because if you look at it, Eris has had one of the slowest and steadiest developments, and she's had the second most screen time, only after Rudeus. And if you looked where she was, both in terms of how she acted and all of her relationships, she was incredibly disrespectful, all of that, the classic tsundere beginning, but like harsher. And now she's become a character that goes out of her way to try and help the people she cares about, being Rudeus and Rudeus. I really liked how she handled the confrontation between the two, like between Paul and Rudeus.
Yeah, that was such a character-defining moment for her, because, where she was just, when her conversation with Rudy.
Exactly, she was willing to. She wanted to help him. Even if he didn't ask for help, right? He doesn't need to ask for help. She's gonna do it and help him. And I think it's a great development from where she began at.
Yeah, you convinced me, S tier.
All right, let's go. And now I see why Rudeus is making that face.
Oh, Jesus.
He's on his horny shit.
Oh my word.
I hate that guy. Word. I hate Philip.
Me too.
Who? I'm not gonna say who can like Philip. He's very unlikable.
Nah.
I don't think he's a poorly written character in any way, though. He's just.
Nah, he's not poor. Bro, we don't like him, and this is because this is our tier list. You can just put him wherever you want.
We make the rules as we go. We don't even know what the rules are.
Yeah, honestly, what we think is the rules. At any given moment, it can change.
I just don't. I actually
I liked her. I liked her. I think. Yeah, I don't think she had like the insane amount of like character growth where it constitutes putting her in B tier or A tier. But her like children getting taken away, her whole mindset around that, how she was behaving with Rudy, it was just it was just nice.
She had a great moment where we thought she was something else. She was like the evil stepmother type thing. But turns out that she's actually just really sad that her kids had to be raised somewhere else. She wanted to have her kids near her.
It's a classic trope in literature, appearance versus reality. It's one of the biggest themes, which a lot of literature works use, and it really works well to a great extent, where oftentimes things aren't what they seem to be, and it worked really well for her character, I think.
Exactly, I really like her character, but she was just there for a little bit, so we can't say much of her.
Now this guy who really likes maids, can we put him beside the maid?
Yes, he'll be happy that way, right? Beside the maid and below the beast woman. That's exactly where he wants to be.
Oh my god, why do you put it that way? Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, that's about it. I really didn't think much. He was pretty funny, to be fair.
I mean,
I liked him.
This is spoilers up to current Mushoku, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think his death scene was actually a very big moment for the series.
You reckon?
Cause
I mean,
that
for me, I haven't had time to settle that in yet. So I'm just I've just experienced the event recently, so I'm just like, okay, that happened, but I'm not sure of its implications in the greater world.
As every art kid, I sometimes make just because something looks a certain way, I think that it's gonna. The way they put I think it was a butterfly flying over as he died. I think that probably represented the loss of hope for the series in a way, as in the innocence of the characters is represented in the butterfly, and when it flies over him being killed, it meant kind of this is the side that they aren't seeing, because at that point Rudeus was yet to realize that he shouldn't have been trying to have fun and come back. It's when he makes that realization. It's about the same time. So it's just me maybe overanalyzing the cinematography, but I think that moment...
I mean, it could very well happen. I mean, they're very serious about the adaptation and that visual juxtaposition of Rudeus's story and his story. It could very well be.
You're hiding the death scene with a butterfly. A butterfly usually can mean beauty, innocence, all those kinds of things. So I don't know. I thought maybe they were trying to do something like that there. I don't know, I might just be bullshitting, but I thought...
I mean, even if you are, you've convinced me.
Yeah, I thought it was a great moment for the series.
Alright, Orsted. You know what? I don't think neither of us are good enough to talk about this character.
Yeah.
I know Elf, an elvish person who can better describe this character. So, my good friend, Irui, take it away.
Listen here, these motherfuckers Ro and Ayvhel don't know shit. They aren't even up to date on the light novel, but I on the other hand have experienced all three mediums of Mushoku Tensei, and I can confidently say that not only is Orsted an S tier character, he is also best girl and best waifu. Anime onlys might be confused as fuck right now, but once the whole series is adapted, you can come back here and comment on how correct I was.
Thank you my friend for that amazing segment on why this guy deserves to be an S tier. Let's move on. Alright, we have
Kiri something else. I can't be bothered to learn her name properly, to be honest.
Honestly, might be the best character in the whole damn series. Really, I don't care. She's a lolly, and you know how this channel in general is with lollies.
I highly dislike lollies. Especially
Same.
The whole 1,000-year-old lolly trope. I fucking hate that trope.
Bro, if I can add another thing here, I would have added it. It's just a lolly, bro. It's getting a PAX tier, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
it ain't right.
There's
It
cool
ain't
things
right.
about her character. I like the
but it's
idea
a
of
lolly.
like a demon lord that is literally homeless begging for food.
Yeah, I mean, I like that idea too. As I said, it can be the best character in the series, but it's a lolly.
It's not
You know
even
how it
like
is with
one
lollies.
thing is if it's like a character that's young, but it's like Norn or the other sister Aisha. But like, I don't like seeing the whole 1,000-year-old lolly thing. No, it
Same.
bothers me.
Yeah, it bothers me too. And now we have a character from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Color swap
The god.
version.
Yeah, the color swap version, the inverse.
God,
Very funny game.
I don't know, maybe D tier. We just haven't seen much of him, have we?
Yeah, it's just he has a couple of scenes where he's talking with Rudeus and just about their life, I guess, and decisions that Rudy has to make. And yeah, I mean, we're probably gonna see a lot more of him. He seems to be a very pivotal character. So maybe once we see more, we can just change it up in the future.
Yeah, true. I think he's probably gonna have some more moments, but I'd like to know a bit more of why he's helping Rudeus when he's helping him. All those little things. I think I want to know the context before I make a decision to say that he's like a great character or something.
I agree. Now we have the Jewel Man himself.
Rouge.
I really like him, by the way. Yeah,
I'd say
I
A
really
tier.
like him.
I don't know how you feel about him.
I would put him in, with Polly. I mean, I don't like him as much as I like the people in S tier, but yeah, definitely above these guys over here in B tier. So
I think a lot, like, I like characters that have very strict morals that they created based on their life experiences more than anything else. And his whole thing of saving every kid no matter what kind of thing. Like, he would prefer to save a kid that murdered his parents than to save an adult that hit a dog, right?
probably.
I think that like when a character has like harsh morals that they've built themselves, that just makes them a whole lot deeper.
I agree. Wholeheartedly agree with that. And, it's also, I'm not sure if this happens more in the light novel or not. Again, I've not read it. But, whenever a character with strict morals gets their moral compass broken.
Oh, yeah.
Right? A beautiful, beautiful moment in any sort of, piece of fiction. I really love that.
And overall, we've already seen him evolve a lot over time.
Yeah, and I just, his chemistry with the Rudeus, I really like,
Oh yeah, it creates, certain times it creates like it's not really a good
tension?
cop, bad cop kind of thing.
It's like a tension. It's a certain air of tension it creates as well.
Like you can see they respect each other, but a lot of ways they don't respect the way each other does things. Maybe that's the best way to put it.
One thing I can compare it to, which, if you're a fan of my channel, you would, know that I love romance animes, and a very popular romance anime is Oregairu, right? Or Snafu. And in that, there is Hachiman and Hayama Hayato, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
both of them have a certain respect for each other, but they really dislike how they both go about things. And whenever they're on screen, it just makes for some of the most, delightable moments in the whole show, because it's just such an interesting chemistry.
I
right?
would agree
And
with that comparison in a lot of ways. I also think that he serves a role as like a different kind of father figure for Rudeus after Paul, because I wouldn't say Paul really does a lot of father figure type things. I think he tries to be a good father, but he fails a lot of times, and that's why we're so happy when he actually does good father things.
Yeah, he's mostly about the sword,
Exactly. But
metaphorically and literally.
And then you complain about me.
I say it in a subtle way. Difference between us.
I don't hide nothing.
Yeah. Next up, we have Roxy's parents.
Rudeus is a great character. Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Roxy's parents, Rowan and
Such a cute
Rokari, I
moment.
think. We haven't seen
Yeah,
enough
they're
of them,
such
but I
cute
really like them. I
moments.
would say C tier, because they're very likable, but we just haven't seen much of them.
I agree.
I really like the
agree.
moment that they had with
With Roxy.
I had a
Yes.
a blank
The
right
only part. Yes, I really like it too.
really good.
Yeah, the whole episode was one of my favorites, so
Yeah, it's
we had to put them in there.
yeah.
Yeah. Up next we have BoJack.
Nokopara, I think. Yeah, I don't really care much for him.
Alright, the D tier after me.
Yeah, I'd say
Just-
D tier. He's a well-written character. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
We can see, it's very interesting seeing his backstory with Roxy's party, but I don't really feel
It is what it is.
very strongly about him either way.
Yeah, for me, he was just a good character. He was just there. He does his thing. He serves his narrative purpose, and then he's not there.
I think we need to say this again. Like, this isn't limited to a best written character list, because I think every character in Mushoku, or 90% of the characters in Mushoku, are well written.
Even Paxis, and I hate saying that. I'm gonna drink some,
It
poison
makes
for saying
sense.
that.
It makes sense for him to act how he does. He is a brat. He's a spoiled brat at that, so it does make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this list might not be the most consistent in how we judge it. I guess it's a mixture of how we like how the character's written, what the character's arc is, and just how
Yeah.
much we enjoy them on screen, maybe.
Yeah, we don't come from the perspective of objectivity of judging characters, right? We're just here having fun, just subjective, what we like, what we don't like, where we rate the characters. And I know this is one character you really like.
Ellen
Up
Elise,
next.
I don't really like her. I never said I really like her. I said that it's really funny
Cap.
whenever she's on screen. And it is.
Cap, I know you like
I
her.
love her dynamic with Roxy. That's probably what makes me like her. I'd say C tier.
Yeah,
You'd probably say D
Yep.
tier.
I would say D tier.
And
I
she's
wouldn't
probably
put him
happier
above
to be in the D tier
BoJack.
too, so
I'm putting her in D tier. You just said it. Yeah, you don't need
well,
to say more.
I think she's a solid character. We just haven't seen enough of her.
Yeah.
I like her
yeah.
dynamic with Roxy. That's basically it. I think they have like this big sister, little sister type dynamic. And it's really cute to watch. Sometimes
Yeah,
not
for sure.
cute isn't the right word, but yeah.
It's just
It's
it's like the moment where whenever they're on screen, it's just like
if you anyone
like-
who has like an older brother or a younger brother or sister or whatever, you know how it is. Like, you like that person, but you just want to punch that person all the time. You disagree with them all the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at times some of her scenes are annoying. It's a bit annoying. It's like, okay, it's
Yeah.
fan service. Fine. Yeah, I get why it's there, but,
But I like
let's
that they
get on
did
with
it in a way that wasn't as there's shows that would have done it way nastier, like on purpose, just to
Yeah.
you know what I mean, in a more fan servicey way. Even though I don't think it was.
It was done. It was still fan service, but it was done in a more tasteful way.
Oh yeah, that's probably the right way to say it. I like that Mushoku doesn't rely on like 10 panty shots an episode, even if it can get quite horny. It doesn't do that kind
I'm
of thing.
happy about that.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah, for sure. Next up, we have the dwarf.
Oh yeah, Talhand, I think that's his name.
Yeah, but I'm gonna call him the dwarf because his name is an oxymoron.
I just haven't seen enough of him. Let's put him in D tier maybe. D for dwarf.
Yeah, D for dwarf, you know.
Yeah.
And we have this rat of a
Gallus,
human being next.
we
I'm
hate
putting him in PAX tier, bro.
But
I
honestly,
hate him so
I would say
much.
he's on B tier, just because of
What?
how great of a character I think he ended up being. I think he's
Great
the
character,
perfect,
but I hate him.
I think he's the perfect first villain for Rudeus to fight.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's a great character, but I hate him.
All right, let's put him in the PAX motherfuckers tier list. But yeah, I think he was the right choice to be like the first big villain for Rudeus.
For sure.
Because in a lot of ways, I think some aspects of him is how Rudeus could have turned out with no guidance and no reflection. Just being super selfish, doing things for his own good.
Yeah, and in a way, he served that arc really well, you know, in order to like increase the bond between, you know, like the... Okay, I'm not gonna say the F word, you know, the character, those types of characters, and you know, our main
just call them
party.
the Beastmen. It's what the series called them. Just call them the Beastmen.
But I'm so prompted to use the F word in that one, you know. But yeah, the Beastman, you know, he served a very narrative purpose. He served a very vital narrative purpose, and he's a great written character. Yeah, you're right about this is how he would turn up if, you know, Rudy went wrong in some ways.
Not exactly, but like he's a very unlikable guy, just very selfish.
It's meant to be that way, though. It's meant to be
Yeah.
that way.
It's kind of like Joffrey in Game of Thrones. You don't like Joffrey, but you're not supposed to like him.
Next up, we have her brother. Can we put them beside each other? I thought they were.
Yeah, I think he was a good character, and I think he helped us get a better understanding of her character and how far she had actually went from who she was. So yeah,
his character directly elevated her character too, you know.
And also had like a great dynamic with Ares and the two little kids. Yeah, I think he was a great character.
I agree with that. I think putting him in B tier is fine, unless you have, you know,
No.
you wanna.
I would say like high B, low B, high C. That's where I see him.
Low B. I just want to put the siblings beside each other.
Oh,
because it's
wholesome.
Nice, you know, wholesome. Exactly. Him.
What's his name again? I think it's Gustav. Yeah,
Gustav.
I don't care that much about him. He's not a bad character in any way. I think it's cool that he developed a bond with Ruijerd. But that's it.
Yeah.
I would say D tier.
Yeah, I don't think I would put him anything above or anything less. I would put both of these in the same tier. Which one do you want to put them in?
I wouldn't put them both in the same tier. I would put the first one, let me see if I remember her name. I think it's Minotona or something. I would put her in C tier.
Minotona.
And the other one in D tier because the first one actually has a personality. She actually had confrontation with Ares and all that. I thought it was very interesting.
I think it was more of a scene for Ares than her particularly.
Oh yeah, but
you know,
but she was part of it. She was part of the reason that scene worked well for Ares. The same way that we'll talk about the brothers. Yeah, exactly.
Gliss and her brother. Yeah. You know what? I'll concede. Now we have Best Boy.
He's definitely
top
S tier. You can put him front of the list. Who doesn't like a big dog? I mean, a lot of people don't like big dogs.
Oh,
he's basically a husky.
It's a doggo. It's a doggo.
Yeah, let's show love to the doggo.
Yeah, we love dogs. You know, I would pet him. You know, I would take him for walks. Have a fun time with him.
Exactly.
You know, great lad. Now here's a character which I think is very underappreciated, but has such a vital moment, man.
I would say Geese is B tier. I didn't like Geese at the start. He was like the cellmate of Rudeus, and I was like, yeah, don't really care much for him. But when you actually figure out what he was doing all along, you know, how he's going around helping Paul search for the missing people. When you have the moment where he just sits down with Paul and does what a good friend does.
Yeah, that moment was so like, it reminds you of some of your own moments, right? When you're like, you know, sitting with your mates, you know, telling them about, you know,
life,
just getting real with them. Yeah, and you know, like, you know, you and your mates are, you know, chilling, having some real talk. And it just reminded me a lot of those types of scenes, and just what he served to Paul's character as well as his own. I think that, and as a whole, that whole moment in episode 16, it was episode 16 or 17, right? Which one was it?
I'm not
episode
sure.
16, I think.
I'm not sure.
One of them.
But yeah.
One of them. Yeah, it just elevated that whole episode so much, and it all like lended itself to that whole crescendo of, you know, Paul and Rudeus's moment, and he plays a vital part in it, and I really like him as a character.
Yeah, I
like
agree.
a lot. Bro, who's this guy?
I have no idea. Probably from some very mid shonen. I have no idea who he is.
I don't think he's from a mid shonen, but like, dude looks cool. I think he lost his way. Let's put him beside the doggo so he can find his way back from
Alright,
where
the
he
doggo
came
will
from.
help him.
The doggo will help him. And
Oh god, people are actually gonna think I'm serious calling it a mid shonen, right?
huh? I hope people are serious. Go to his channel. You know, tell him why. Tell him why.
I don't
tell
think
him why
it's a
One
mid
Piece is
shonen,
peak.
okay guys, I'm joking.
Yeah, guys, we're all, this is all for fun. You know, this is just a nice fun video I wanted to do. You know, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it's not like the usual videos. You probably won't get more tier lists like this unless you know I'm really desperate, I guess. But
Unless you guys really
I hope
want
you guys, or you guys really want them. Yeah, you can do that. You can do one for like all ReZero characters or something as well. Or
them. You know how long
Konosuba.
that list is gonna take?
Shut up. That's besides the point. I have the blessing of Reinhardt. Okay. Either way, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and it's a bit different. It's a little bit chiller, you know. I hope you had a nice beverage while watching it.
Yeah, we were just
And that's
messing
about
around
it.
with each other, having fun.
Yeah, and that's about it. Have a good day.
Don't
and I
take
want
the
to
ratings
thank.
too serious, by the way.
They won't. They're smart. They're Mushoku Tensei viewers. You know, they're smart people.
I agree, because I'm a Mushoku Tensei viewer, so...
Exactly. And that's it for the video. Have a nice day. Peace, guys.